Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Devi and you are watching Just Devi Marie. So today's video is going to be a really special and really exciting video, as this is actually my YouTube 1-year anniversary. I'm super excited. I've learned a whole lot and I have a lot of thanks and big ups to give to you guys. And also I want to share a little bit about what my goals are in the next year on YouTube. So if you guys want to chill with me and chat with me a little bit, please stay tuned. Alright you guys, so before we get into the video, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to my channel. Also, please go ahead and like this video if you have enjoyed it. Also, I want you guys to leave in the comments some kind of sparklers, confetti, something just to kind of, you know, celebrate along with me about making it to 1 year of uploading videos on YouTube. So you guys can leave that in the comments below. Also, I want to remind you guys to check out the previous video on my channel. Also, I have a lot of playlists listed out on my channel, so you guys can check them out to see what you like on the channel. I want to remind you guys to also check out my other channel called Yadments. All links will be in the description box, so you guys can find them easily there. So a year ago, 2020, May 22nd, 2020 is when I actually uploaded my first video on YouTube. Now, if you guys have been following me from the beginning, from May last year, you guys would have known that I wanted to start a YouTube channel from about like 2017. I created a channel with the name Just Devi Marie and everything, but it wasn't until last year that I actually uploaded my first video. It has been an interesting experience. There have been a lot of highs and a lot of lows. There have been a lot of times where I wanted to give up. There have been a lot of times where I just wanted to be like, okay, I don't even know why I'm doing this. But I stuck it out. I made it through to 1 year, and I'm hoping just to continue on my YouTube journey. When I started, I had 6 subscribers, and those were a couple of my friends, people who would have known me from my other channel called Yadments. I had 6 subscribers, and currently I think I have just about 500 subscribers on my channel, and that is so huge. You know, right now I have 50 plus videos on the channel, and in a year to have so many videos, that to me is like really amazing. And I just want to kind of share with you guys what I would have learned. Now, I did do a video about my 1 month being on YouTube. You guys can check that out. I'll leave it in the description, and also I'll put it in the cards too. That was just me talking and sharing about how I felt in the early days. You know, after being in it for a year now, you know, I think I have a lot more to say. I have more experience now, so I'm better able to articulate, you know, what I've learned. So the first thing that I want to say I learned is that I can actually do something that I set my mind to. I remember when I created the channel in 2017, I created my other channel Yadments at the same time, and we actually started uploading in 2017. At that time I had just quit my job, and if you guys want to hear my job story, you guys can check out a video that I did on that. I'll leave it in the cards and in the description. So, you know, I was out of a job. You know, I wasn't working anywhere, and I thought that it would be a good idea to do it. You know, I wanted my channel to basically be about natural hair. You know, I had recently done, well, actually in 2017 was when I did my big chop. So I actually have that video recorded of me actually doing my big chop in 2017, but I think I still actually have the footage, to be honest, but I never edited that video because I just never put out a video until 2020. I remember when, you know, I decided again during the whole COVID time last year that, you know, this is something that I really wanted to start doing. I didn't know how to edit because on my other channel, my husband was the one who did all the editing, all the graphics, all the thumbnails, everything. I just smiled for the camera, chatted, whatever. Like, I wasn't the person like doing all of those setup, the lights, and this, and that. That wasn't me, you know, that was all my husband. And I remember doing this and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And, you know, after a while of kind of getting my husband involved, having him do this and do that, help me edit and whatever, you know, I was like, boy, my husband is kind of getting annoyed with me now. You know, I kind of have to learn to do some of these things myself. And I was a little bit nervous about doing it at first because I didn't know how it would turn out. You know, I would not say that I'm the most creative person. I would say that my husband is way more creative than I am. But here we are today, 1 year later, put my mind to, you know, conceptualizing ideas every week, because for the most part I would have uploaded a video every single Friday. I did do some live streams, like probably 2 live streams throughout the year, but for the most part I uploaded a video every single Friday for the entire year. There were 2 Fridays that I missed. I think one of them was like, I think it was like New Year's Eve or Christmas Day, one of those things. And then another one was I was just kind of just out of it, and I just didn't feel like filming, and so I just didn't film. But you know, overall I'm really happy that I actually stuck it out. I put my mind to wanting to do this YouTube journey, and I've been consistent at it. You know, I wanted when I started that I would be able to upload a video every week, and in my estimation I have definitely done that. I'm really proud of myself in terms of learning how to edit, learning the different things about YouTube, thumbnail, cards, description, keywords, tags, all those things. So I'm really proud of myself to be at the point that I am now. I know I do have a long way to go, you know, and there are a lot of things that I want to do with my channel, which I'll talk about at the end of this video. But yeah, I'm really happy that I was able to stick it out. You know, I set out to do something, and I feel like I've been doing it, and I'm really proud of myself for doing it. The other thing that I've learned is to celebrate my wins. Now, I'm not gonna say like my wins are small, because I don't want to categorize anything that I've accomplished as small, because to me any progress is good progress. That's how I feel. Once I'm better than I was yesterday, I've made progress. And trust me, YouTube, creating a YouTube channel, starting a channel, you know, putting yourself out there on the internet like that, you know, letting people into your life and different things that you do and your opinions and whatever, is a huge step. You know, it's definitely something that's it can be very hard, especially for somebody who is not the most outgoing, especially for somebody who is very private. A lot of times, you know, it can definitely be difficult, and it's also a very humbling experience. Like, you might think, oh yeah, you know, these same people that tell me, oh yeah man, if you started a channel I definitely watch. I remember I used to post little snippets on my Instagram, you know, talking about my hair, and people are like, oh my god, start a YouTube. And those same people who told me, you man, start a YouTube, you know, go for it, whatever, have not even watched any of my videos, have not subscribed to my channel. But that's fine, you know, because if last week I had 50 videos and this week I have 51 videos, that's a win for me, and I am so happy, and I am going to continue to celebrate myself. I'm not going to compare myself to anyone. I'm not going to look at other channels and, you know, be saying, oh, why my channel can't this? Why more people can't come comment? Why people can't subscribe? You know, how come I don't have this amount of subscribers or whatever, you know, in this period of time or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to celebrate the things that I've accomplished, you know, being consistent. You know, I've met a lot of you guys that I didn't know before just through posting videos. Like, we have interacted, even on Instagram. You guys came over and followed me on Instagram, and you know, we've chatted and so forth, and we've shared things, and you know, I feel like that's a win. That's a win for me, you know, as much as, yes, you know, there's an opportunity to make money on YouTube and whatever, but like, to me, those simple things, you know, really connecting with you guys, knowing that sharing my story really helps somebody, you know, those things are wins for me. So I'm definitely celebrating my wins, and yeah, as long as I'm making progress, I feel like, you know, I'm going in the right direction. Another thing I've learned is that even though sometimes you may be your worst critic, especially in terms of your craft and your work, I would have learned not to let that deter me from posting. There's so many times, guys, and I know you probably don't know that because I don't share that a lot, but there's so many times when I've been like, I don't want to film any video, like, I just want to give up on it, I don't want to do it, I don't think anybody cares what I have to say. You know, I don't think what I'm saying is relatable. It's me, I don't think this way. Like, I've thought that a lot of times, and I realized that getting past those feelings and actually going ahead to put out the content, I've realized how impactful and encouraging what I have to say is. Like, people, you guys tell me all the time. I see it all the time in the comments when you guys comment. I see it when you guys reply to my stories on Instagram. I see it when you guys interact with me. And that honestly makes it so worthwhile. Even when I want to give up, even when I think that my content is boring, nobody's interested in it, still, you guys still comment on my videos, and that's something that definitely keeps me going. Something else I've learned, and I touched on it previously too, is that Don't compare your growth to anybody else's growth. I remember in my 1 month on YouTube video, I would have spoken about this, how, you know, maybe you and somebody else would have started a YouTube channel at the same time. Maybe you have more videos than them, you know, and they have way more subscribers than you, or way more views, or whatever the case may be. But right now I feel like I'm at a place where I know what I have to say is important. I know that what I'm saying is impactful to those of you who watch me, and I don't take that for granted. You know what I mean? I don't take for granted that I've been afforded this platform, you know, to speak and to share and to impact and to encourage and to influence. I don't take it lightly, and so I don't compare myself to anybody else. If anybody was to ask me, you know, should I start a YouTube channel? Do you think it's oversaturated or whatever? And I would tell you, start a YouTube channel. We're all very different. We all have different ways of presenting, like, maybe the same thing. You know, like for me, for example, not everybody I see on YouTube I watch or I subscribe to, just because I don't necessarily have that connection with them, or, you know, certain things that them talk about I'm not really interested in, and that's totally fine, and I'm totally fine with that too. I just know that when my time comes, and it is coming, I do believe that it's coming. I mean, you guys have helped me so much on this journey. For those of you who have subscribed, like, share, like, you guys have helped me tremendously on this journey, you know what I mean, and you have made it worthwhile for me. You have encouraged me more than you guys even know, and so I'm just at a place where, like, my community will find me, you know what I mean. Some of you have already found me if you're subscribed and if you interact with me on a regular, like, you guys have already found me, and so I'm not worrying about numbers right now, you know what I mean. I'm just gonna continue, like, being myself, you know, continue putting out content that I feel like is edifying or impactful, because at the end of the day I have to remember that that's why I started. Like, that is why I started. I started for a purpose, because I wanted to impact in a positive way. So I'm not worried about, you know, who is growing more than me, comparing myself to anybody else. Like, I know that I have something to say, and you guys know that I'm a Christian and I do believe in God, and I believe that I'm doing this for a reason, and anything that I'm doing or I try to do is definitely with the Lord's leading, and so I'm gonna continue to do it. I wanted to go ahead and actually read some comments for you guys, just read some of the things that you guys say, because when I tell you guys that the comments really do help, they really do help, they really are very encouraging. So I'm gonna be just choosing some random videos that I've done, and I'm gonna be reading some of the comments on those videos. The first video that I would have ever uploaded on YouTube was how to do a defined twist out on type 4 hair. So that was a natural hair video. You know, my channel is really about, you know, life lessons and natural hair, and so this would have been the first video that I would have done on YouTube. So I want to go through and see. And the first comment that I'm seeing is actually from my girl J Skull, and before me even read our comments, J, big up yourself. There are so many times when I said to JJ, I don't know if I can do this no more. Like, she's one of the people that move up in our DM, and I say, oh J, I don't know if I can do this. What do you think about this? Like, you know, I would ask her what she thinks about my thumbnail, you know, what she think I can do better. And trust me, when I tell you, say, when Jay comment on your channel, you know, she a comment, you know, she not just leave 1 or 2 comments, in a 3, 4 and 5 comments she leave, you know what I mean. And she's sharing my content in her stories, and she's from the beginning, she's always been pushing me and even pushing our other channel called Yardmens too. So I'm just gonna read one of the comments that she said. She said, screaming, finally so glad to see this, thank you, subscribe and like same time, this is about to be lit. So, you know, she was basically, you know, saying how she's excited, because I would have been telling her from before, you know, that I want to start the channel, I don't know if I should. And of course she was just like, yeah, like, definitely be on this channel for sure, you know, definitely join it. Like, I would never tell you not to join it, you know. She feel like, you know, I have something to say. She's one of those persons who's always saying, you know, you have something to say, you have a voice, you know what I mean. I love watching your content, so encouraging and so supportive. So thank you, Jay, you know, for always encouraging me. I really, really do appreciate it. Another comment that I see here is from my friend Chloe. She also has a channel called Chloe XO. You guys can subscribe to her channel. I will put the link to Chloe's channel in the description so you guys can go ahead and subscribe. She said, you're finally blessing us with a channel of your hair secrets. And I find that so funny, because majority of the people who probably subscribed in the beginning were probably here for my hair, because people are always asking me, you know, what I do to my hair. And that was also one of the reasons why, you know, I decided to start the channel, you know, to kind of just showcase what I do to my hair, you know, let people know what I do. It's not that difficult what I do to my hair, and just let people know that there's a simple way. Because if you notice, and if you watch any of my natural hair videos, you realize that I try to make things as simple and as easy as possible. I'm not the natural that buys a whole lot of products, trying a whole bunch of different things. I really just stick to what works for me. I do try things from time to time, but I just feel like if it works for me, I'm just gonna stick to it, because I do have a lot of hair, as you guys know, and I don't have the whole day to be spending on my natural hair. So I try to make things as simple and as easy as possible. So the next video that I want to read some comments from is how to thrive at your 9 to 5. This was my first like life lessons kind of video that I did on the channel, and I just want to read some comments. I'm going to pick out the Honest Goddess. She also has a channel called the Honest Goddess. I will leave her channel in the description as well. She says, companies love when you're an asset and bring new ideas or train easily. All if you don't know, Google and act like you knew all along. Great tips, Dev. I feel like most of the jobs that I would have worked at with, if not all, you know, I've definitely stood out in terms of like my work ethic and whatever, and I feel like you guys can do it too. The other comment that I'm gonna pick out is one by Blended by Brit, another one of my supporters who I met here on YouTube actually through Jay. She also does natural hair, she also does makeup. She has a channel called Blended by Brit. I will leave her link in the description as well. She says, so true, high expectations can discourage you, always good to be positive. Companies love when you're innovative. Yes girl, especially in this day and age where Google is easily accessible. You made some really good points. Another great video. Love your personality. So yeah, thank you guys for the comments. You guys don't even understand how these comments like make me feel very encouraged. I'm gonna pinpoint another comment from this video, and this is from Rika Brooks. She actually also has a channel. I will leave all the links to everyone's channel. She's always also somebody who started YouTube around the same time as I, and you know, she has always been supporting, commenting, liking and all that. So Rika says, balance is definitely key. All workplaces teach us something. It's really for us to have a positive attitude and learn from the experience. Definitely girl, definitely gotta have a positive attitude. And of course you guys can check out these videos. I'll try to link all the videos that I'm reading comments of so you guys can find them easily. I'll just link them in the description. So this next video is titled My Biggest Insecurity, Encouraging You Through Years. Now this was probably one of the videos that I was most nervous to post. It's like I recorded the video. First of all, I thought about doing this video because I knew that it would be impactful, but then I was just like, why would I want to come on the big internet and talk about my insecurities? Like, why would I want to do that? You know, why would I want to do that? You know, but you know, even when I was filming and then going through the editing process of this video, I was like, I don't know if I should post this. Like, I don't know, like why am I revealing things about myself like that? But I posted this video and I feel like this has probably been one of the most impactful videos. And I did put a poll on I asked a question the other day on my Instagram at Just Devi Marie if you're not following me, and I realized that a lot of people said that this was one of their most favorite videos that I did, and so it just makes you feel like, you know, it was the right decision to go ahead and post and to go ahead and talk about this topic. So I'm gonna read Crystal's comments. She's somebody else who really supports me, like always sharing my videos on her WhatsApp status, always commenting, always watching. She's one of them who have me up on the big screen, our yard, you know, watching and everything, and I'm really so thankful for your support, girl. So she was saying, girl, that one about purpose, I just remember that video I watched some time ago that spoke about purpose, and it was basically saying a lot of persons go around looking for purpose or that one thing, and the truth is what we should do is find purpose in whatever we are currently doing, make whatever we're currently doing purposeful. And I totally agree, we should live life on purpose. So even if we don't know what it is we're currently doing, we should still be purposeful about whatever it is. TD Jakes also said that what you're doing now might not be the thing, but it's the thing that leads you to the thing. So I think she was basically referring to, you know, how certain things that happen to you in your life are leading you to a greater purpose. And I was talking about how, you know, my insecurities kind of led me to do what I'm doing now. You know, when I did start out, I was very timid and all of that, and I wasn't very outgoing and all of that. But I feel like through breaking through those insecurities and stuff like that, it has allowed me, you know, to even have this platform here. So, you know, she was just really encouraging me, you know, as I was encouraging you, even though I was insecure. Another comment from my friend Corey. He says, I share a similar insecurity that manifested in me having various eating disorders as a teenager. Even though I wouldn't consider myself fat today, I'm still insecure about my body, how it looks, how it feels, how it moves. Some days are easier than others, and on the bad days I try to exercise a bit more compassion to myself, which is very important. This is to say your insecurity is healthy as long as you don't allow it to rule your world and dictate the life you live. Don't let it rob you of your joy. Also, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So with people, you just have to ignore them and do what you feel is best for you. So if you want to be 20 pounds lighter, do it. If you want to be 20 pounds heavier and happy and healthy, do it. And please remember that you, at any size, you are you. You are beautiful inside and out, and you are loved and blessed tremendously. Let's go to an all-you-can-eat buffet soon. Guys, trust me, the comments on this video, trust me, they made my heart smile so much. I'm gonna read some comments on some of my more recent videos. So the one that I did about quitting my job with nowhere to go, I'm gonna read some comments from that video. Marie G, who is another one of my topper supporter them. When you talk about support, you talk about Marie. Trust me. She says, God not sleep, and he definitely watches out for his children. So glad this is behind you and you're in a better place. Yes, girl, definitely. Definitely. Summer feel to girls. Summer feel. Sincerely Sudan says, hi, hello. Anyone who knows me know that I don't play around about living jobs. If it not going good, my gang. My resignation letter updated more than my resume. Haha, that's funny. So the next video I want to read some comments on is my one called my best wash and go ever. That's just like my foolproof wash and go. When I know say I want my ear look good, those are the products and that's the technique that I use. I'm gonna read a comment from Renz B. She's like, your hair always looks boss girl. And she's another one of my supporters. She always sharing my videos on her WhatsApp story, always sharing my videos on Facebook, sharing it in her everywhere, always commenting, and when she comments, she comments. Another one of my supporters, Diana, she says, I have low porosity hair, but I still enjoy this video because I have high porosity hair. If you guys watch my videos, wash and goes are tragic for me. My hair always gets so knotty the next day. I need you to do it for me, please, girl. One day, girl, one day, when we're in the same place, when this Rona is over and we can see each other, I will definitely do your hair. I think that would be super fun. The last video that I will be reading some comments on is why in the world did I get married? Wash and go chit chat. And if you guys want me to do more of those kind of wash and go chit chats, let me know. Just leave some comments and leave some topics in the comments to let me know what you want us to talk about and we can do it. So my friend Jana says, another one of my supporters says, more videos like these, please. She love anytime we talk about nothing about marriage or nothing. She must want to get married. I think she wants to get married. You do it, girl, you do it. She always comments on any of my videos that talk about marriage because I know it's something that she wants to do, right, girl? Right? Am I telling out your business? Oops, sorry. Then you have C. Melia. She left some video topics for me to talk about. So she wants me to do a video on how we met, as in I guess that's me and my husband, and who is the better cook, which would definitely include both of us cooking with judges. That's what she wants us to do. And eating seafood for 24 hours, that she wants that to be a vlog. I really want to thank you guys for the support and the love. I know I didn't get a chance to read everybody's comment, but there's so many of you guys who support me. I just want to shout out Regina also. She is another one of them that's always sharing my content in her stories. As soon as the video drops, she's asking me for the thumbnail so she can share it in her Instagram. I also want to big up LJ. I want to big up LJ enough. She's always doing some really creative stuff in terms of sharing my thumbnail in her stories. Like she's always never yet miss a Friday. Always, when I say always, sharing my post in her story, and this is all without me even asking her to share, always sharing it. And she's always leaving tips you know, about YouTube and about Instagram and about getting my content out there. She's always doing that. So big up yourself. There's so many of you guys who continue to support me, and I really do appreciate it. Maybe another time I will actually have a video just dedicated to reading comments. If you guys are interested in that, you can let me know in the comment section below. Okay, I've done 1 year on YouTube, so what next? I do have a couple of goals for my channel. One of which is to actually get to 1,000 subscribers within the next year of me being on YouTube. I also want to get my watch time hours up as well. That's really important too, and be eventually able to monetize here on YouTube. I don't think YouTube is something that I necessarily want to do like full time. For me right now, it's just a hobby. It's just an outlet for me to express myself. But I mean, nothing ain't wrong with making a little money while you're enjoying what you're doing. So yeah, that's one of my goals. One of my other goals that I want to try and work on for this year or within this next year of being on YouTube is doing more live streams. I realize that you guys seem to like when I do premieres and stuff like that, and whenever I did live streams on my channel within the past year, you guys really seem to really enjoy. You guys were there talking with me for like over an hour. So I think I really want to start incorporating more live streams where I can actually be talking to you guys, and we can be talking together while seeing each other not seeing each other face to face. You looking at me basically, I can't see you, but you commenting to me and us talking and responding about different things. If you guys have anything that you want us to talk about on a live stream, go ahead and let me know those topics in the comments. But live streams are definitely something that I want to start incorporating more of. Recently, when I had a premiere of my Why in the World Did I Get Married video, someone mentioned to me that, you know, they wanted me to start doing some vlogs, you know, and I mean, honestly, when I decided to start YouTube, that vlogging wasn't something that I wanted to do, just because I'm really private and I'm very careful about what I share too. It's not a matter of not wanting to be transparent, but you know, you have to be careful. You have to be careful. People are very crazy in this world, like for real, and I don't think we realize sometimes how much we overshare on the internet. But I mean, I'm thinking about, you know, doing a little bit of vlogs here and there, not vlogging in my everyday life or every single thing, having everybody up in the vlog, no. But I do want to incorporate some vlogs on my channel. So let's see how the next year goes with the vlogging. I also want to try and continue to upload videos every week. I want to continue to upload videos on a Friday. But also, I don't know if I want to pressure myself to upload every single week. There were honestly sometimes where I just wanted to be like, live in the moment, enjoy my weekends. But I have to be like, okay, I have to film, and then my work is really hectic sometimes, and so just having to balance all of it, sometimes it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot, but I'm gonna try my best to continue uploading for you guys every single Friday. I really am going to try to stick to it, because I've seen where the consistency has, you know, gotten me great success so far, in my opinion. So yeah, I want to keep doing that, but also I don't really want to pressure myself. So if you want to see one Friday, I'm gonna upload, nobody will knock me. Just watch another video that you haven't watched on my channel. I also want to try to be more creative in terms of like my editing and doing different things in the videos to make it more interesting. I want to do that, you know, so the videos can be more interesting for you guys, and so I can kind of mix it up a little bit. I want to be a little bit more creative too. So, you know, I'm gonna be seeing how best I can do that, you know, going forward in my videos. I don't want to be afraid to discuss some real and serious relatable issues. I know there's so many things that we can talk about in the world, and a lot of times I feel like, you know, it's me alone think this way, you know, it's me alone really talking about this kind of narrative, you know what I mean? And a lot of what I have to say is probably not popular, you know, it's probably unpopular opinions if we're being honest. But I don't want to be afraid to put out content about real issues, about things that people really need to know, things that people need to know that will better their lives. You know, I don't want all the talk that's, you know, surrounding this world to be only negative and to be only from a certain kind of perspective, which is why I post a good amount of content about getting married when you're young, because I realize that a lot of people are knocking getting married. A lot of people are getting married, not realizing that it's a huge commitment. It's not something that should be taken lightly. It's very serious, but I don't hear people talking about that. Everybody's just talking about, oh, you know, I don't want to get married, you know, marriage is for this, or they're getting married just for a wedding, and that's not what it's about. So, you know, those are some of the things that I want to continue talking about, some real serious issues, but issues that would help you in your life, you know, talking about my experiences and just encouraging you guys through whatever you guys are going through as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this 1-year anniversary video. As usual, remember to subscribe. Also, if you stayed with me through the entire video, remember to like this video. I want to remind you to check out the previous video on my channel. My other channel called Yadmins. All links, guys, will be in the description. Hopefully I remember every video that I mentioned and all the channels that I mentioned. Please check the description box, guys, for all the links. I'm going to try my best to get all of them in there. Also, please remember to leave some kind of confetti or some kind of celebration emoji in the comments to let me know that you are rocking with me. I'm so excited to see where we are gonna go from here on Just Devi Marie. Thank you again so much, guys, for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.